Hello fellow YouTubers, Trouble8385 is YouTube gaming community number 6. Originally this show was supposed to be, featured channel was supposed to be Oto U272 or OTO-72. One day he's just going to make a montage video of all the times I've either misspelled or mispronounced his name. And I was going to talk about Amy Bro's little troll message he sent me and the website it went to. But things have changed. Yesterday, I happened to go to Oto U272's channel because, he announced his change to the channel. I thought, you know what, I ought to talk about it. I ought to look and see what they're about. Anyway, I happened to go on there and I saw a message on the channel from him saying, I have a feeling a friend of mine on YouTube is dying, and it had to be 5 hours ago. And I sent him a message back, telling him I was sorry to hear about his friend on YouTube and asked, I told him I basically felt bad asking this, but if you could tell me who it is and this situation, so I could pass it on to basically the rest of the community, so they know if he's fallen ill or what the situation is. I never thought doing this show I would be talking about this. It's not something I thought about, and passed my condolences on to his family and his friends and hoping he'd be better. Well, he sent me a message back explaining the situation. It's Dances with Dudley. That's who the YouTube channel is. I went there and looked at his channel. He subbed to my channel and 100 other channels. A lot of big channels, a lot of channels he's subbed to. I guess he's left comments, as he left me a note saying, he's left comments on J-Boy Pac-Man and his site and so forth. And that he only has 3 tag videos up as videos for his channel, and 2 of those videos I was told were made by OHEAO, a fellow YouTuber, for him. I guess for some time now he's been playing it off as he's, it's because of work and he wasn't really sick, not telling people. I guess he finally told Oto U272 that he was. And to put this in context, I want to make sure I get his age right so I really don't mess this up. Okay. According to his YouTube page, he's only 29 years old. And Oto U272 had mentioned that he was in contact with his sister, and that on Monday, Dances with Dudley had surgery, abdominal surgery, and there were complications. Complications obviously for the worse. And I thought, okay, hopefully he gets better. I thought about this actually at work all day today. What was I going to say? Respectful to his family, to him, people who knew him. I didn't know the guy, but still, he's a good part of the gaming community. I get home today, open the laptop, go to YouTube, look at my message box, and there's a message from Oto U272. He copied the message from Dances with Dudley's family, thanking him, and saying that basically the doctors have said that he's vastly deteriorating and that his organs are failing. And for those who don't know, since I've been through this twice, my dad died last year of cancer, and my son, 1 week old, passed 6 years ago. When organ failure happens, there's basically the non-turning back point. You're not going to make it. The organs usually, one right after the other, really quick, usually quit functioning. So I have no idea if he's gone yet or not, but we are going to lose a member of our gaming community. And his family had also said, thanked him for them being in his prayers and stuff, and I asked him to pass on their condolences to his family. So what I'm going to do in my recommendation for everybody for Dances with Dudley is to go to his channel page and to leave your condolences for him, his family. My prayers sincerely go out to his friends and his family. I mean, to just so quickly things turn around and that happened. It's just messed up. I'm not going to rant about anything. I can sit here and rant about how short life is and everything, but this is not the time. We're disrespectful for him. What I'm going to do right now is just have a moment of silence for him I honestly don't know how this is going to come off or turn out. If something like this happens, you really don't know how to talk about it. So now, to go from that, I'm going to give you a list of little channels you may want to check out on YouTube. The first channel is Star World's Arcade Pat. He has 57 subs. He's been on YouTube for 2 months. He only has one video up. It's about a Star World's arcade in Wisconsin in a little bed and breakfast place. It's a really cool video. He also owns his own arcade in DeKalb, Illinois. I live in Illinois. And so at some point I need to go check that arcade out. And I'll be talking about him again in a minute with checkout channel link. Next is Tiger Extreme Team Game. He has 2 subs, been on YouTube for 5 months. He basically has PS2 collection videos up right now. Next is Their View Critics, 15 subs, been on YouTube for 1 month. They do review, promotional items. They have promotional items, video game artwork, collection, and pickups. Let me have a drink for a second. Let's continue, shall we? Blade Gaming, he has 78 subs, been on YouTube for 1 month. He has best games lists and gameplay. Next is Air Pirate Sid. He has 131 subs, been on YouTube for 9 months. Okay, here we go. I'm going to list all the gameplay videos that he has on his channel. Castlevania, Arrow of Sorrow for the Game Boy Advance, Pokemon Silver. He has gameplay Secret of Mana, Pokemon Fire Red, King of Demons, Turtles in Time, and he also has videos of top 10 lists. Next up is Pokemon 7276. He has 34 subs. He's been on YouTube for 1 week. He has gameplay. Again, a lot of gameplay. So here we go. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, Pokemon Fire Red, and Pokemon Emerald. Next up is Axe Black 84. He has 2 subs. Been on YouTube for 5 months. Now he does basically his commentary, or would you like to call it conversation. One of the videos he has is Wing Commander in the 90s. Another video he has is Tribute to the Next Generation Gaming Magazine, where he shows the covers and talks about the magazine itself. Okay, now let's move on to some other channels that I have marked. Here we go. Next up, N64 Collector 22. He has 78 subs. He's been on YouTube for 2 months. He has a really cool wallpaper on his channel homepage. He does pickup videos, collection, top 5, and discussion videos. Next up is Epic Gamerfly. He has 4 subs. He's been on YouTube for 2 days when I saw his channel, and right now he only has reviews up. Next up is Die Cobros, or Cobros. He has 2 subs. Been on YouTube for 1 month. Right now he had a Mortal Kombat 2 Genesis playthrough, and he also has some gameplay of the Simpsons arcade game. Next is Master Silver 1993. He has 17 subs. He's been on YouTube for 1 year. He has King of Fighters series gameplay, and then he has this little thing he calls Stupid Game Series. Our games, obviously, he thinks are stupid. So, for you who are really nostalgic, if you check out most of these older games, you may or may not like the games he check are stupid games. But if you think so, you're interested in checking out, check it out. So, here's what you check on YouTube. Going back to Oto YouTube 72. He put an update video what he's going to be doing with his channels on YouTube. Excuse me. Oto YouTube 72 is going to be a game music channel. He's no longer going to have any gameplay on it. It's just going to be game music. And next up, his other channel, which I cannot pronounce, so I'm not going to bother. OTOMICHINOUOKU. I think he does it just so I can't pronounce him. Anyway, on that channel, currently he's featuring videos from other people in the community, his way of giving back, but he is also planning on putting any tag responses and gameplay, pickups, shoutouts, or collection videos also on that channel. So that's really cool. So, RetroGamerVX put up a Please Help plus Defender Challenge update and some fun stuff. Now, one reason why you may check out this is there's a link on the bottom of this video that takes you to an article about Super Nintendo cartridge style soap. Certain games that are made of looks real like them. It's soap. That's really cool. But the thing I told him reason why I would shout out this video is he is hosting a classic gaming convention in October, and he needs an IBM 5150, which is the first PC from 1983 to 1987. and he needs to buy one not only for his collection but for the show, and he needs to get it somewhere in the UK because obviously shipping from there to the United States is a lot of money and stuff. So if anybody has an IBM 5150 that they want to sell to him, please get in touch with RetroGamerVX. Another interesting thing I saw was ArcadeGameTable. The title of his video is Channel Shoutouts Bucky O'Hara Style, and he shouts out people why Bucky O'Hara is playing in the background as people's names scroll through. And then next up is Techromancer1. He has Hanging with Pat at Star Wars Arcade Part 1 through 6. This is Star Wars Arcade that Star Wars, obviously, the pack I talked about earlier in DeKalb has. And I've already been in contact with Techromancer, and at some point me and him are going to have to go down there, meet Pat, and hang out. It'd be really cool because we both live in the same state. Now, the next two videos you might want to check out are from Luke Morris 1. The first one is the MVS cart is kicking again is the title of the video, and there he got from the Neo Geo, a Super Dodgeball game where it was really messed up and he fixed it, and that game looks really cool. I wish that Super Dodgeball game was in my arcade because I would love to play it. And the other video he just put up is Arcade PCB and Arcade Machine No Sound Problems Repair Tip. And if you're are you interested in arcade games, or if you have arcade games, to watch him and his tips on what to do about that problem is really, really cool. He's very, very knowledgeable. And lastly, I'm going to talk about AllGenGamers number 3, which I listened to. It was shorter than the others. Their guest from the YouTube community was SplatterTrigger, and they went over the Working Designs history. If you do not know the Working Designs history or the games, I would really think you should check that out. Now, unlike the other two, I'm going to talk about this for a minute. Unlike the other two podcasts I had, this one, nobody had cut each other off. It was better quality, better flow in this show. And they did questions again at the end, and the question you may be interested in is they did answer the question of who is able or possible to be a guest on their show. And just like this show and their show, they already had people in mind who they want to have guests who are going to be there first. I had people in mind when I did this who I really think are good for the community, who will be featured channels, unless like today things come up. So guys, my next video I'll be getting all the stuff I did this time, and so until that video, guys.